Spencer and Rachel are here to marry each other. No one else's will can create such a union. It is their words, intentions, and vision that must define and shape this marriage. I call upon them now to state their promise before the group. These promises will bind them together and will be the framework for their marriage.
Rachel, I can't believe that we've known each other for 7 years. You're my best friend, my steady hand, and I can't imagine my life without you. I love that we have so much fun together. Every time that we're together, it feels like an adventure. Even when we're doing nothing and sitting on the couch, it feels like something with you. I love that you laugh at my awful jokes, even though I know they're not funny. I love that you smile and laugh. I love that you encourage me to be my best self and push myself in my hobbies and my career. I promise to never stop surprising you, even though you always tell me you hate surprises. I promise to never stop stealing your cookies from the pantry. It doesn't matter how hard you hide them. I promise to be there for you on your worst days, to scratch your back and hold you close. I promise to treat you like the princess that you are. I promise to have a better plan next time we have a remodel project and do a better job with dust control. I promise to always do the dishes when you cook for me. I promise to be the man that you fell in love with so many years ago. I promise to love and support you with anything you do.
Spencer, I have been looking forward to this day for nearly 6 years. I can still remember the day that I finally admitted to myself that I loved you, and we started dating a very short time after that. We've been through a few ups and downs together, but one thing that has never changed is your unconditional love towards me. You loved me when I worked 6 hours away at my internship in Minnesota and drove to see me every weekend. You love me even though I constantly fall asleep on road trips. You've even loved me when I ask you to take out another wall or move a window 3 inches to the right. And you've loved me when I've been at my lowest. You've taught me how to install drywall, how to raise a puppy, and how to ride a snowmobile, kind of. I think most importantly of all, you've taught me how to have a little more fun in life. Having you as my best friend for the last 7 years has been something out of a fairy tale. I love you so much. Today, I choose to be your partner and best friend for life. I promise to laugh at your jokes, even when I've heard them for the 30th time. I promise to keep our fridge stocked with cold beer and cook tacos with you on Taco Tuesday. I promise to support you and love you no matter what life tries to throw at us. I promise to fight fair when things get tough. I promise to respect your opinions, even if they differ from my own. I promise to help raise and nurture our future children, who I hope will become just as kind, patient, as goofy as you are. I can't picture my future with anyone but you by my side, to love me and support me and care for me. But always remember, I love you more.
Spencer, repeat after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a sign of our love and commitment to each other.
as a sign of our love and commitment to each other.
I promise to support you
I promise to support you
to care for you,
to care for you,
and to stand alongside you for all of our days.
and to stand alongside you for all of our days.
Rachel, repeat after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a sign of our love and commitment to each other.
as a sign of our love and commitment to each other.
I promise to support you,
I promise to support you,
to care for you,
to care for you,
and to stand alongside you for all of our days.
and to stand alongside you for all of our days.
Spencer, do you take Rachel to be your wife forever?
I do.
Rachel, do you take Spencer to be your husband forever?
I do.
Well, now, in front of your closest friends and family, and the authority given to me by the state of Minnesota, I pronounce you husband and wife. Spencer, you may kiss your bride.
Being best friends with Rachel was always easy. Seriously, she's the most considerate, loving, and selfless person I know. Being best friends with Rachel has taught me how to love others more, to love abundantly, and without hesitation, no matter what life brings us. Rach does this with literally everyone she meets. She's a glowing example of how to love others beyond measure, and her love for Spencer is a direct reflection of this. I also had the joy of meeting Spencer on that same forum night in Milwaukee. Like Rach, I was also instantly friends with him, except we bonded over our love for Oreos and sports instead. And thankfully, there was another friend in the friend group who was just as weird and goofy as me. To this day, I never know if he's laughing at me or with me, but regardless, we're laughing. He is humble, he's carefree, and he's always looking to serve others. He's been a steadfast friend in my life and a steadfast friend in Rachel's life. And I've been lucky to watch him fall more and more in love with my best friend over the years. Although Spencer might not have admitted it back then, it was clear that he was head over heels for Rachel from the day he first met her in person. We all knew that they were chatting prior to starting school, but it was clear from those very first moments together that it was love at first sight. During these early years in college, I had the joy of walking beside my two best friends through life. As they transitioned from friends to dating, I had a front row seat to their relationship. And let me tell you, even in those early days, it was one to be admired. These two complement each other in ways I didn't even know was possible. Spencer is a steady force, a constant in Rachel's life. He anticipates her needs, and man, he sure loves her. Rachel has opened her life to Spencer. She loves him for who he is, regardless of how weird or goofy he's being that day. She laughs with him, let's be honest, is probably at him. And she always supports his latest endeavor or project he's tinkering with that day. So as I stand here on their wedding day, I'm so humbled and honored to watch this love grow deeper and deeper every single day. So on that, let's cheers to Rachel and Spencer on their wedding day, and here's to forever.
So I met both Rachel and Spence at about the same time. They met each other, really, right at the start of college, after Spencer creeped a little bit. And I count myself pretty lucky because, I've known them through every single step of the journey till right now. I'm very grateful for that. And my first memory of Spencer was one of these two girls' dorm rooms. And somehow Spencer got invited, and I'm pretty sure, I was pretty hostile to this easygoing Minnesotan, with his big booming laugh and his hockey guy quirks. And despite me being myself, we became best friends pretty quickly. And we were always up to something, usually involving some idea of Spencer's that got us away from studying, anything but studying. And while college has a lot of change, there's a lot of chaos in college, especially in the first year or two. And everyone's figuring things out, and we all were too. And there was always one thing that was certain, and that was that if you could find Spence, you could find Rach. If you could find Rach, you could find Spence. Always. And they were always together. They never seemed to get bored of each other. And it didn't take long for it to become apparent to everyone around them, to their whole friend group, that these two needed to get together. And they just needed to date. And so now later on in college, we're all starting to kind of plan how we're going to get out of the dorms, get into an apartment. And these two still aren't dating. But that closeness we had noticed between them had continued. There's one moment that happened around this time with Spencer that I want to leave with y'all. So that moment was that Spencer and I were walking one night somewhere. Just the two of us talking, having a good time. It was a pretty long walk, and inevitably, at some point, as usual, Rachel's name came up. And Spencer said something to me that has stuck with me since. He goes to me and he says, Sean, Rachel's not a girl that you just date. She's a girl you marry. And not long after that night, completely unsurprisingly, you guys were dating. And so if you look at how Spencer has treated this relationship since, how Rachel has treated this relationship since, it's always supporting what he said that night, that same sentiment, that he knew Rachel was the one way back then, and I know Rachel has always felt the same way about him. So with that said, I couldn't imagine a more perfect pair to spend the rest of their lives together. It's been a pleasure being here every step of the way, from college students to seeing you guys be homeowners and to now. And it's obvious just how happy you guys make each other every single day. And I know you continue to, forever. Cheers to you both, and I love you both. Thank you.
So, about a month ago, I was going through some boxes of old photos and memories and class pictures and all those fun crafts that kids make when they're in kindergarten and preschool, and sorting through things. And while I was going through this, I was trying to also, thinking about what I wanted to say. And I happened to come across a paper that Rachel wrote in 6th grade. The title of the paper is called I Am. My name is Rachel. I love sports. I play all kinds. Also, I am helpful, fun, and nice. At least that's what other people think. Plus myself. Plus myself. I am 10 years old, and I will be 11 by August 29th. I have one brother named Stephen and one mom and one dad. I am nice and generous to others. I love to be nice. I absolutely love being generous, even if it is giving something that I really like to others. I am super fun. When I was at one of my cousin's houses on my mom's side, spending the night, all of my 5 cousins were over too to spend the night. And there was only one adult there, and 5 kids under the age of 8, not including me because I was 10. The adult, my uncle, was very tired. I kept them occupied for 3 hours. They had a blast with me as well. So like I said, I am what I just told you. I think that I am an amazing person who has a big heart. Everybody likes me the way I am, and no way else. I believe that if I stay this way, I will be loved by a lot of people that are nice and friendly as well. And most of all, I love me. Now, I'll have to tell you guys, this is still Rachel, with the exception of the sports. I don't think that doesn't apply. But I think one of the biggest things is that she did stay true to herself, and her big heart now earned her someone with just as big of a heart than Spencer. So I want to thank you guys for being here, and let's toast Rachel and Spencer again.
I don't know where to begin. I mean, we all bring home these bundles of joy, and they start out and they're totally dependent on us. And as they go through life, they start getting more and more independent. And you start to see that happen. And then one day it starts to dawn on you that someday they're not going to need you. And as a parent, that's probably one of the scariest things you can ever realize. But that's what you raise them for. And in raising them, you know, and as you go through life, you see a lot of bad things that happen out in the world. And you see a lot of pain and hurt. And then you realize, wow, that could happen to my kid. And, you know, Rachel, both my kids have always been special to me. But Rachel was tough. She was always competitive. One of my favorite pictures was she was about this tall, and she was going up against a girl about this tall, and she's kicking the ball, and the girl was standing back like that. And I said, that's my Rachel. That's Rachel. So as she's growing up and she's going to college, and you know, you realize, wow, I remember driving home from college after dropping her off, and I was sobbing because it really hit me that, you know, these are a lot of lasts that are happening, and I'm not going to have many more left. And I think one of the best things as a parent, and for me personally, was that she met Spencer. I've had the pleasure of spending so much time with them, building their house, moving up and down the stairs, carrying all their stuff, Sean, Betsy, all their roommates. As a parent, it makes me feel so good that they've been surrounded by good people, and now they've got a great extended family. Ann, Gordy, you took me up to your cottage. I felt like a part of the family. I wanted to say thank you. I loved mowing the lawn and doing all the things that we did together. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. But to you, Spencer, I want to say thank you. Because as a parent and as a father, I couldn't ask for any better for my daughter. And I'm very grateful for the person and the man that you are. And I really love you for that. And I want to say thank you. And to Rachel, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of both of you. I'm proud of everybody here. I look around the tables and I see some people I know, some I don't. But what I do know is that all of you are special to Spencer and Rachel. And all of you, in one way or another, have helped make them who they are. And it's an amazing life when you see that for your kids. And I just want to say thank you to everybody, and to Rachel and Spencer. I wish you a lifelong happiness and to live life to the fullest. Thank you, guys. I love you very much.
So a little bit about Spencer. Going way back, we had our first daughter. We had really high expectations for Spencer because we had this great baby. She was just a peach, really easy. Spencer failed us a little there. Wasn't the same. I was going to say, he was a great disappointment. He was a really tough kid for a couple of years, and he really challenged us. Nobody got much sleep. At age 3, he started showing his engineering prowess because he snuck a set of micro tools from the kitchen, and he went upstairs with his little Brio train that was electric, and he disassembled the thing. He did a great job, but the reassembly was a little challenging. So the screwdriver and all the parts were under his bed one day, we found eventually. So in preschool, he did some more of this. His sister was struggling with math in the mornings because she was busy watching cartoons, and Dad was quizzing her with, 2 plus 3, and she's like 4. And she'd try about 3 times with a question mark at the end, and Spencer was upstairs, and he'd yell down the answer. He was in preschool still. So he had a lot of math skills early on. It all turned out at MSOE. We hauled him down there and got him all moved into the dorm. And we thought, it's our last child. We're going to be kind of sentimental here, and maybe we'll go out or do something with him. But he was really anxious to get rid of us. And we couldn't quite figure out what this was all about. But he was in this big city in Milwaukee, and he grew up in a little town. And we said, all right, fine, and we left town. Well, it turned out he ditched us to go meet this girl that he was chatting with called Rachael. So that's as far as we know when this all started. Congrats to both you guys today. Really happy to be here. I'm going to close out with my engineering words of wisdom from Scott Adams, the Dilbert comic. So engineers like to solve problems. If there are no problems to solve, handily available, they create their own problems. Now, I don't suggest this approach to your marriage.
This is my big speech. Here's my advice to you. Marriage is like a roller coaster. Scream from the peaks, hold hands through the dips, laugh through the loop-de-loops, and enjoy every twist and turn. For the ride is better because you share it together. Please raise your glasses and toast the new Mr. and Mrs.
There's no words to say it, but I'll find them over time. There's no way to show it, but I'm gonna try for the rest of my life. 'Cause you are the best part of me, the side I hope everyone sees, the air that I breathe, the missing piece wasn't complete before you. 'Cause you are the best part of me. My daylight sky blue, my greener grass on the other side. It's just the simple truth. All that was wrong where you are. 'Cause